Right now I'm in St. Mark's Square. This is the only piazza in, the only square in Venice. This at the end here used to be an old church. And when Napoleon came here in 1799, he tore it down to make his palace. Kind of a dick move if you ask me. If you come here in the middle of the day, you will be faced with quite massive lines to get into the Doge's palace and then to the bell tower. Once you're inside, there are not stairs that go up to the top. There's actually an elevator. It seems that they have their bells coordinated. You will also want to go into the church that's right here. The line to get in the church at any time of day is going to be an hour at least wait. I'm gonna give you a piece of information to see if you know what you can do with it. When you get to the front and you have a backpack, the man just inside the door will say, you can't bring a backpack here. So go around the corner and check your backpack, and then they'll give you a ticket. You then come back in and give the man a ticket, and then you can get in. So, hypothetically speaking, if you were just to go straight there and check your backpack and get a ticket, you could, you see what I'm saying? I'm not suggesting that you do it, and I'm not gonna say that we're gonna do it, but we're probably gonna do that. So this is the side of the church that I was showing you, and then this is the alleyway. You go in and make your first right there, and you can turn in your backpack. Voila. This is inside the church. Everything that you see that is gold is real gold. Most people actually come here for the view on the balcony. This is the clock tower. The top is the bell. It's an old man and a young man that ring the bell. That lion is the symbol of St. Mark. Then there is the time in Roman, and then in numeric. And then there's an astronomical clock right there. Is Venice sinking? Most of the city is just mere feet above sea level. If the ocean is to rise, or is rising, then it will rise over Venice. There's nothing they can do. I'm right now standing on these walkways here. Once the flooding starts, they fill the square with these, and you can get around the entire square. One of the reasons that this place gets so flooded is because the drains are right in front of the Basilica. See, so here you go. So this right here, that's the drain. I mean, this is the water line, and then there's Venice. Will Venice be around in 100 years or 50 years? I mean, look, in its present state, no, it won't. If the sea is in fact rising, if you do believe in things like science, then you would understand that the sea level is rising. That is the sea level. That is where it is at high tide. This is Venice. Most of Venice is right there. We were told that they're expecting a higher tide than usual, so we're gonna come back and check the square before we leave and see if maybe there's some flooding. Cantina do Spade. This is the oldest wine bar in Venice. It's actually mentioned in books that Casanova would drink wine here and hit on women here as well.
Not in Italy. Yeah, only expensive.
Salute. You come in here and you might feel like you're standing in someone's way, but you order the food here and you eat at the bar unless you want to go back there and sit at the table if you have time. You come in, you get some wine, you get some food, and then you move on to the other place. That's sort of what these places are set up for. You can obviously walk around Venice. Venice is a walking city, but the best way to see the entire city in a relatively short period of time is by boat. You can take a taxi back and forth from the airport, but of course you can also take one just to give you a tour around the city, which is what we're doing right now. You can see some of the over 400 bridges in Venice, including this one, which seems a little low. I wonder if the tide's coming in. The drivers here are so ballsy, they just whip in and out of each other's way. We came back for one last sneak peek at St. Mark's Square to find it's flooding. The tide came in. These little things right here, those are the drains. Water is now coming from the bottom up. So the square is starting to flood. Now you have to figure your way through the square. The tide is getting so high that our taxi can't make it to get to our hotel. So we have to bring our luggage to the Grand Canal, which is the closest place the taxis can get to our hotel. You can see that gondola right there, barely making it under the bridge. It means the tide is still going up, and we better get out of Venice before the whole thing sinks. Next stop is Lake Como. Honey, I really hope Venice is here next time we want to come, because I really like it.
Told you get a little tiny car that parks easily.
I want to change this to Italian. Change that to Italian. Change it to Italian.